So like I said, I'm gonna be doing more and more of these. I'm hoping I blame my TBI for this. I definitely get over my skis more than I want to. Um it's good and it's bad because it forces me to do things sometimes, and a lot of times I get out over my skis, so I'm always behind my ideas. So anyway, I'm hoping the next few days to switch up some stuff. I'm gonna be doing the 10-minute TV show um, down in South Beach. I'm gonna go down and I am going to try to do improv with strangers. I'll be in every single one of them. Obviously, we'll see how it all turns out. That's the thing is I was thinking about how I want to approach it, and what I'm gonna do is I'm approaching it like this. I'm gonna approach it like a kid going to a new neighborhood, finding friends, and starting a game of kickball, right? The old school way. That's the way people used to make friends. You go meet a group of people and then you'd play a game and then you were friends after. We don't do that anymore. So I am on top of the head. You're going to see about the algorithm's not going to know what the hell to do with me. Cuz there's going to be a lot of idiocy. Um so the way the 10-minute TV show is going to work is I'm just going to stand there with a sign that says, do improv with me, and it's going to be called 10-minute TV show. I just like the name. It's never, ever going to be 10 minutes. I was thinking about that because my friend was like, well, 10 minutes is long. I was like, no, that's kind of the thing. It's like a single episode will never be 10 minutes. It would be like 9.59 like minutes. So that'll be sort of like some sort of running joke. I also think something like that would be awesome for streaming. Like you got to remember, I'm going to be on South Beach, Miami. That's a movie set, right? I don't have to add in like effects or anything like that. I can just all Miami Beach is a movie set, so I will be able to do a lot of cool stuff with this. I think it's going to be really fun. My intention with this again is to get people to play. I'd like to get. I don't think I want to do more than 5 people, with me included. So maybe 3 additional people, because then I think it's just too much. Because it's going to be one shot. There's going to be no editing. I want. I think it's gonna go ridiculous. That's the point. To play, to have fun. And who knows? I feel like something like there's gonna be people start having fun and playing. I think it's gonna be fun. So I'm not doing any of this for notoriety or anything like that. Again, I should be traveling pretty soon, so a lot of this is I want to do a whole bunch of different videos on different things. The skies are not cooperating with me. It's like cloudy every single night, or if it's not cloudy, like the moon's out during the day. So hopefully this week that will change. So in the next couple days I'll do that. I also have some. I'm doing heavy metal detox. I'm gonna do a parasite cleanse. So I just got a few basic things for that. So I'll do one on that. There will be a real lot of that in there. There'll be a real lot of supplement stuff. And my calling card is this. I've been doing this for like 30 something years. And all you have to do is look at my medical records and look at me now and be like, well, he kind of knows what he's doing, I guess. With one hand I destroy and the other one I heal. I guess this is the way. So yeah, so that'll be out there this week. Another quick thing. I don't want to make this too long, but and so I go back because you post something really heavy. Like I wanted to get the military Somalia stuff out of the way and try to cover it. I made the mistake with Jesse being 2 years old when we left. But my son Zach was born not too far after there, and we thought he was an ectopic. We lost him. We didn't know where he was. There was a lot going on that year. So I rectified that, and with Jesse. So, and the other thing is too is you're thinking back for like 30 years ago. So you're like because there's these memories that I'm talking about. Like these are memories that the one about the circular encampment and clearing the area for our live fire downrange. That was like, I mean, that's top four burned in my brain moments. Like just I go back there when I think about it. It's such a it almost went horribly. And again, you gotta be clear with this. Like we weren't going around like being Jimmy Jones special ops trying to. We were there to bring things down a notch. So we were not there to do that. It just so happened that while clearing the range, this interaction happened. So it was not some huge like firefight or anything like that. And the sporadic sniper fire was just we'd be in our compound in Mogadishu, and there'd be bullets flying in from time to time. I remember I was walking to the head one day, and it was facing out toward the city. You guys will know. My back was towards the wall where we would play cards and stuff near the front. But where we go left, and then there was an area where there was like shitters and showers. And so one day I was just like miserable, and I was walking across the parade deck, and like 3 rounds went ping ping right, by my feet. Like I said, when you're there, you just kind of get used to it. But I was not in the mood this morning, so I took out my 9mm, and I'm just like pointing it at the city from inside the compound. I remember Sergeant Tabaka came over to me. He goes, "Mandela, what the fuck are you doing?" I was like, "Those sons of bitches, I'm just trying to take a shit and these people are shooting at me." And he goes, "And you're gonna shoot them with a 9mm?" I was like, "I know, I'm just highly agitated." So I went and did my business. But I went back because the other one is the because that conversation would have never happened with the Commander of SEAL Team 5 if we didn't drive by what now the memories come back even more. It was the Mogadishu airport that we were going by. And the reason you don't make the connection is because you say, "Oh, Mogadishu airport," and you think of an airport. Nah, this is not that. The little airports down in Niantic, Connecticut, my grandfather used to fly his Cessna into were more impressive than this. Yeah, the Mogadishu airport was crazy. But I went back, and I'm like, because I don't want to I have TBI issues not associated with any sort of stuff that happened to me in the Marine Corps. This was something that occurred prior. I had no idea about. Now, some of the situations that occurred over there, because of where it's located, it's on the Hippo campus, so anxiety and stuff, it's just, I got into that. Oh, I'm going to get much deeper into temporal lobe epilepsy in a later thing. I did a whole semester paper on it, and I did really well. It's really interesting, too, because I think there's a lot of diagnosis out there for psychiatric illnesses that are probably this. I'm sure of it. That's what my paper was on. Misdiagnosis happens a real lot. And the interesting thing about that is the medications that they use for things like bipolar and stuff like that tend to aggravate the situation. I know this from firsthand experience. So we're gonna go deep into that one. I got an A on that, or a B plus. And the only reason I got a B plus was I was feeling really sick at the end when I was doing it, so I was rushing. So the point of what I was going to say at the entire this thing coffee kicked in was it was awesome to be able to see those find those pictures of those jets again, because that was just like I said, the conversations that I had with Commander of SEAL Team 5 would have not happened had I had not looked over and been like, what are Russian jets doing in Africa? That's weird. What are Rocky jets doing down in Africa? And then all the conversations happen there. So you want to be careful too, because again, you want to be really careful with representing yourself. Like, I wasn't involved in any secret meetings and all this other stuff. I will say this, I can only speak from my own experience. If you're close to where higher ups are talking about certain things, like all of them, like everybody knows this isn't classified. Like, Somalia is run by the CIA. The CIA was in charge of my boss, and then you had the UN over that. That was the structure there. But point being is like they will talk freely about certain things that if you're listening, like you'll hear. The thing is they don't really think they don't think 22-year-old Marines are sitting down trying to analyze the situation. This is where my brain damage came in, because that's the thing is I'm born hyper vigilant. It's built into the cake. I'm wired like that. So you don't know any different. So it's just a natural thing. That's why you throw me in the mountains somewhere and I have some gear, like I would assimilate into that world very, very quickly. But we're not doing that right now. So yeah, so it's really good to go back and see that field again, and then you see the pictures out there, and all of a sudden it starts kicking other stuff in, and you start remembering different aspects. But it's always good, and I'm always going to do that. Like I said initially, I'm going to go back and make sure, and even if something makes me look like an idiot, I don't care. Like I want to say the right, true thing. As opposed to like just I am an idiot, so I don't care if I look like an idiot. Trust me, I've the shame that I've accrued in my life, coming back and saying, oh, I said something wrong on YouTube, is not something that really is going to affect me in any way, shape, or form. So okay, so on deck, supplements for detoxification, heavy metals, parasites. I'm good at this, and I do not pretend to be a doctor or anything like this. I would say approach it from a holistic standpoint, and I have done this for a very long time. I was employed. I managed the Living Earth, and they gave me $18,000 a month to spend on supplements. So I was able to. Distributors gave me stuff because I told them, I was like, I'm not just going to sell stuff without knowing how, like, and that's my nature. I wanted to know how it's made, where it comes from, processing techniques, bioavailability. So I got a chance to really see some amazing things happen when you get good, proper products. I've seen amazing things happen. Amazing. My favorite story is this woman was in perimenopause. She had for like 10 years tried to artificial insemination, have a baby with her husband who was younger than her. She was 45, I think. And so she was having perimenopausal stuff. So maca, oh, see, I'm already getting into it. But maca, gelatinized maca, is a Peruvian radish root. It's a high altitude root that grows where there's almost no oxygen. So the quickness of it is the air, the land it's in is absolutely pristine, and it needs to pull more nutrients from the soil because it gets less oxygen. So it's like a survival food. So this thing is magic. rebuilds your adrenals, balances your hormonal system, this, that, and the other thing. For women going through any sort of menstrual stuff or anything like this, and I had given it to my sister-in-law who would kill you during that time. She'd admit it, and it worked really good. But this one lady came in after like 6 months. She's like, "You got me pregnant." I was like, "What?" It's like, "What do you mean I got you pregnant?" It's like, I did not know this. But she was on 5,000 milligrams of maca. I had her on there because that's usually what I would do is you do the 5,000 milligrams. And it would help with like all adrenals. Like you notice fast. You feel better. It's not like coffee or anything like that. You're just noticing, you're like, oh, my endurance is good in. And you get some extra horny stuff. But that's just the byproduct of not feeling dead. So she came in after. So they had spent like $15,000 on her trying to get pregnant. And so this maca, just the maca, and like vitamins and minerals and omega-3s, there's the four kings, I called them. Just that pulled her out of perimenopause and she had a baby. So wild. So these will be fun. So like I said in the first video, I am gonna go into some deep stuff. I've done deep dives on religions, all sorts of stuff. So, all right. So hopefully, all right. 16 minutes for this little talk through. So that's good. I only wanted to come on for like a couple of seconds because it seems like people watch the quicker ones, but I wanted to know. So yeah. So this hopefully the 10-minute TV show I think is going to be. I know it's my idea, but I think it's awesome. I think it's going to be fun. I'm thinking to myself. I'm like, you got tourists mixed in here. You got people from over here. So I'd like to get different groups to interact with each other. Then they have fun doing the thing, and then they leave, and then they go have dinner together. And you know what I'm saying? There it is. Then I feel, everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. But you made a friend, so I definitely don't want to do the. And I watched the YouTube stuff where people walk around and you have girls stand on scales and you're trying to clown on people, and that's funny. So I'm not shitting on that, but there's just I think there's too many people doing it at this point in time. You know what I mean? So all right, so that's like 18 minutes. Nothing special. I'm not in bed. I'm just getting ready to get this party started. Peace.